and welcome to episode 11 of Embracing Mastery, the podcast where I hope to offer inspiration based on my own journey of transformation to anyone who would like to become empowered and sovereign. Today's episode is based on my post titled, Allow the Pain to Dissolve the Resistance, Melt Away the Fear to Become More of Yourself. Recently, I have needed a whole lot of courage. I can't say this is new for me, but what is different now than, say, 5 years ago is that I now walk towards the pain instead of away from it. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that you have needed a serious dose of fearlessness lately yourself. If I have learned nothing on this path of self-discovery, I figured out that the vibration of emotional pain serves a purpose in the body. So walk towards it and use this vibration to disintegrate resistance. The egoic mind. Of course, instinct, solidified by thousands of years of moving away from the perception of impending doom, screams, "Alert, alert, don't go there, you will die if you get any closer." This is the voice of the egoic mind. This is the aspect of the personality that was meant to protect us when we were still in the hunter-gatherer stage of human evolution. It acted as an alarm system, which, when being eaten by a predator, was a very real possibility. And the egoic mind still plays a crucial role. For example, it's this part of our personality construct that tells us to lift our hand off of a hot pan before we get burned. At some point along the way, however, the ego mind began to take on more responsibility for our daily life than is necessary, such as we have an experience when we were little of almost drowning, and as an adult we're deathly afraid of the ocean, or we have a relationship that ends painfully and then we avoid all relationships going forward. We become a hostage of the past, absent in the present and irrelevant in the future. The incident and pain was real when we went through it, but the truth is that there is nothing to fear unless we choose it to be so. And without self-awareness and healing practice, the ego takes on a life of its own until we are imprisoned by our own mind. The practice of walking towards the pain is a muscle. There is a way of working and negotiating with the ego mind that loosens and eventually lets go of the death grip on fear. It's quite a powerful practice. The foundation of this practice is to think of the ego as a separate and distinct aspect of self with whom you can discuss and acknowledge past traumas with compassion. After doing so, explain to the egoic aspect of yourself that there is no longer anything to fear. You've got this for the both of you, and it's time to be free. But just the choice to move toward the fear and pain is enough to begin to free ourselves from the egoic mind imprisonment. And if we make a practice of doing so, we can begin to build a muscle. This is the muscle. I am separate from the fears of the mind. I am powerful. I am free. I find center in truth. When I practice this myself, I sit in the center of my fear and pain. I feel the anger, sadness, and loss, first in my stomach and then burning in my chest. I envision the pain like a fire melting away the icicles and sometimes glaciers of limiting beliefs and resistance. I remember that we are all fractals of all that is, having a physical incarnation to learn and grow, and that we are infinite, so nothing can truly diminish the beauty and the power of our light. I recall that experiences of the past were meant for expansion and not to be carried like a backpack of boulders into the future. A great quote by Eckhart Tolle that I could pass along to you, which really helps, I think, is, "So when you become aware of your mind, you are not identified with your mind anymore. A new dimension of consciousness has come in. The madness is caused by thinking without awareness, and thinking without awareness is how the ego keeps us in its grip." And so I let go, because as Jim Carrey has said before, you are not your body, you are the light that shines through. And I become more of myself. To read this post or any of my other writing about the path of mastery, please go to www.angelsevolution.com or medium.com/@JenniferHeflin. Thank you so much for listening, and until next time, may the light shine in you, with you, and through you.